Hey, friends. Welcome to the Self Love Strong podcast. Today, we have a guest who is a true force of life, Sari Mario Sabella, an action actor, a comedian, a martial artist, and the creator of the Sabella Method, a revolutionary approach to energy transformation and masculine power. With over a decade of experience in Hollywood, including credits to shows like Lucifer, How to Get Away with Murder, and The SEAL Team, Sari has mastered the art of expression through movement. But beyond the screen, he's a fourth degree black belt, certified life coach, and a spiritual sensei, guiding men through profound inner work, transforming raw emotion like anger into purposeful power. Raised in Amman, Jordan, and now based in Los Angeles, Sari worked is about awakening the warrior spirit and teaching others to live life fully, deeply, and with unstoppable joy. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Samuel. Appreciate you. Thank you for this beautiful introduction.
Man, truly a pleasure having you with all the experience you have. Man, you were doing some truly powerful work outside the screen. Can you talk to us about transforming anger into power? And what was your personal turning point with that emotion? And how did it reshape your path?
Very good question. Well, let me give you a little backstory so we set the tone. So I was born in Amman, Jordan. That's where I was born in the middle of all this conflict that's going on right now in the world. Growing up in the Middle East wasn't easy. I saw a lot of dysfunction, and as I believe everywhere we go, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly, and it depends how we perceive life in our own lens. But was subjected to a lot of dysfunction and toxic masculinity energy that really shaped how I understood what being a man meant. And I moved around a lot as a kid. My father was a pilot with Royal Jordanian, and at that time he had to relocate to Sri Lanka at age 12. This is when I moved. From ages 12 to 15, 16, I was living in a totally different country, different culture. And it's the island under India, for everyone that doesn't know. Sri Lanka is a beautiful place, as well as Jordan as well. I went from a desert to jungle, and that just shifted my perspective about life and how things go about. Then I went back to Jordan at 15 and then moved to California at age 17. And I've been here ever since, currently residing in Los Angeles. With each move, something inside me just got heavier and heavier. Rage. I was an angry kid, angry man, and bouncing from different worlds with no place to call home. I found myself in a ton of fights. I didn't start most of them, but I sure as hell welcomed every single one. Each fight was like a pressure valve, releasing all the pain building up inside of me. From my dysfunctional home life, from being bullied they thought they could bully me, from seeing how women were disrespected, and I was always felt this deep need to protect them. Nobody ever taught me how to handle my anger, and nobody told me that underneath all that burning rage was just deep sadness, because usually underneath anger is sadness, and where we generate all that emotions. And anger is the quickest emotion to reach, really. And as men, we are taught to suppress that sadness and man up and don't feel that. And so we just build up this anger, and it just bursts all of a sudden, because that's the quickest emotion we can go to. So I literally learned to speak with my fists and to find some kind of relief in violence. And not that I was a violent kid, but getting bullied and they tested you. I just had that opportunity to just start swinging, And then they call you violent, and I'm like, well, you welcomed it. So as we know, life is a mirror. So here we go, we're swinging. Um, growing up, pretty much, I played small in every other way. I just try to be that quiet kid. I try to blend in with my humor, and I dimmed my light because I felt that my energy was too much to handle for some people.
Mm.
And I just dumbed myself to fit in, and just scared of making people uncomfortable with the energy I naturally carry. I told myself I was too much. I lived deep in this story of not being worthy, and expect when I was fighting, this is the only time where I felt myself fully. But I'm done with that. I don't do that anymore. I've been, I want to say, sober over 12 years now. I stopped getting in physical fights over a decade, more than a decade ago. But the anger, it didn't go away. It just stayed with me, and then this constant energy, I had no idea how to release. Um, so I found other ways to deal with it. Every day, pushing it down, anger, anxiety, and feeling of unworthiness by using substances like smoking weed, and it became my daily ritual, and the one way I would function without feeling the full weight of my emotions. So I could check out, avoid the pain, and pretend it wasn't there. But our bodies,
Mm.
man, our bodies, they keep score. Eventually, I
Yeah.
started feeling this intense physical pain. All that trapped energy and unprocessed sadness was literally sitting in different parts of my body, creating these pockets of suffering that no amount of numbing could quiet it down. That
Mm.
was rock bottom. I disconnected from myself, and trying to avoid all these feelings, and get stuck in all these one-sided friendships and relationships. I think we all experienced some
Yeah.
part of that
Yeah.
in our life. um so yeah, that's usually where it comes from, the trying to develop this method. And so my name is Seri, and in Arabic that means leader of an army. My middle name means Mario, means mighty warrior, and my last name is Sabella. In Italian, that means the promise of God. So I'm like, okay, take it easy. I get it. My parents really know how to pile on that pressure, right? It's like, go ahead now, do your thing, go fight the world with this energy that you carry. And it was a struggle for me to, try to fit in and all that. So martial arts, man, martial arts has been my savior since I was 6 years
Man.
old. This is when my father enrolled me, and for over 30 years now, I've trained in karate, Okinawan karate, Shorin-ru, Shorinkan, and um, and other disciplines as well. But that was my main focus. But for a long time, my training was just tangled up with my rage. The turning point came when I started approaching martial arts differently, not as an outlet for my anger, but as a discipline uh, that could teach me to channel my energy. So I would use like the meditation part of it and channel all that emotions in a healthy way. I got my first black belt in karate at 19, and I was so serious about it that I traveled all the way to Okinawa to train and test in front of the headmaster and of that branch and many others. Fast forward through the years, um, and just a few months ago, I received my fourth degree black belt in Okinawan
Wow.
Shorin. But honestly, more important than any rank was learning the real difference between anger and power.
Ooh.
So I now stand before you as a Life Force Energy Sensei and creator of the Sabella Method, which is my approach to energy transformation and masculine power. All those experiences across continents and different cultures have given me this unique understanding of human potential and energy. I hope that answers. Did I catch anything? Did I miss
Yeah,
anything?
yeah, yeah. Truly, man, you not only have a powerful name, but a story as well. But I really love something you said there because I know as a man, many men we are taught to suppress our emotions, because, and I love you said it's that cultural conditioning, how, you've seen multiple cultures because you moved around a lot and you come from I've been saying it wrong, Amman, right? Did I say it right finally?
Come on. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Great, great.
perfect. Finally, I'm saying it right. But you said you traveled a lot and you've seen so many different cultures, and how even in each one of those cultures, like you mentioned, we're always taught to suppress as men our emotions, And so, how do you guide men to, back to correct those, and find that full range of feelings again? How do you help people really find those true feelings again with your method?
So like beyond the dojo, I'm a certified coach and wellness guide. My mission goes beyond traditional martial arts training, although I still teach that. But I help transform men's and boys' lives by showing them how to channel raw emotion into authentic
Yeah.
power. I blend martial arts wisdom with energy work to help warriors unlock their deepest
Yeah.
strength and purpose. Um, and a man who is embodied in his power is
Mm,
quick is quick, as flexible, strong, does not doubt himself, does not doubt the process, and that everything happens in unison. So you have to channel all
yeah.
that energy within and give it an healthy outlet, and with self-expression, and a healthy self-expression. So that's usually how I bring that, and I let them be them their true selves, and empower them with what emotion, and they're safe to express that in a healthy way.
Man, that's powerful. And that's a
Thank you.
truly a powerful mission as well. Like you're doing that with men and boys, as as we're all trying to figure out how this life goes. I love how you're really talking about channeling who you are, but realizing that we can feel those emotions at the same time. And I love how you do it with mixing martial arts in there, movement and mindset. It's such a powerful thing.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I try to bring the spiritual aspect to it too, with breath work. I start with meditation, just centering yourself, breath work, igniting your chi, your inner energy right here, your chi, your core, your life force, and just being present, being still, because there is so much power in stillness. Us humans, and we tend to try to keep ourselves occupied, or then we have the anxiety over not doing too much or anything. But we start with just being you, being authentically you in your presence, because you are worthy as yourself. And bringing your energy forward is so important, as pure as possible. So I focus on breath work because oxygen is so important, right?
Yeah.
It generates our energy and keeps us calm and focused. And throughout that method that I have, I help people scan where is the pocket of energy, give it like a size, shape, and color. So we identify that energy. It's not just out in the air or in your body, but give it a little substance. And then we
Mm,
speak to it, we thank it, we show it love, because the most powerful force in the universe is love. And it's the truth, like it's there. You cannot
yeah.
mess with it. As much anger or hatred or all that, especially out in the world and what's happening right now, is truly a reflection of each individual, because we are hating ourselves, or we are disliking how we are, so we project it out into the world. What you see is a reflection with your true lens. So once you sit with this energy and give it love, show it the truth, because as much as you try to bring hatred into it, love and truth is just sitting there waiting for you to,
Mm,
I would say, surrender to it, because it's not moving and it's still going to show you love no matter what. So once we connect to that, we start allowing that energy to move with our body. We go into stretches. I took a little of yogas here, a little stretching here, and then we generate that energy into movement, because movement is so important for our well-being, our health. If we sit in a dark place and we're always sad and depressed and anxious, okay, how long are you going to sit there for? Like, sure, feel the emotions, it's valid, but then we have to move, because movement is so important and energy needs to move. That anxiety, that pain, that anger is just sitting there and it's waiting for you to just move it, with whatever it is that you need to do. And there's so many different types of ways that you can move your energy, and what resonates with you is the best way to go. So I try to make it as easy as possible and to help others to connect with their body, because at the end we need to get into our body to move all this.
Man, that's so powerful. I love that cohesive approach. Really, the breath work and how you really tied everything together to really give the full approach to really, like you said, being authentic to yourself. Man, whew, that's powerful.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, man. I appreciate
That's
it.
powerful. That's powerful. So you've done everything from motion capture to high impact stunts. How does movement become a language for healing and storytelling?
Wow, that's a good question. Um, so again, like, martial arts paved the way for me, and I was able to express myself physically and emotionally and bring that true energy out. Um, I've always been uh, captivated by storytelling, by movies. I grew up, again, moving from one place to the other, and one of my escapes other than martial arts was watching movies, watching storytelling, and Bruce Lee was one of my idols, heroes.
Yeah.
I don't much idolize anybody, but as a kid, we look up to someone as like, wow, this is the guy, so it was like Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, all these guys is just mesmerizing to watch their movements, their speed, and their stunts. And as a hyper kid, I would I would just express myself in that way. And I noticed that also humor, like comedy, was the best way to uh, bring people's guards down, and make them accept life, and then bring humor to the energy that I walk into any room I come in. I try to bring humor to it. I don't overstep. I don't step on anybody's toes. I don't make fun of anybody, but I bring humor to a situation where need be. So, doing motion capture for video games, um I've done stunt work, and I've written and produced, directed most of my work, and it's been a great journey, because at the end we need to be creative, right? We have to be creative, and a lot of times we just do our work and then go home and do nothing. But creation is so important. We have to keep creative, because it brings life to us, and we bring purpose to whatever we are. So storytelling is huge in my book, and if I don't create anything for a while, I kind of like get the itch, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to do something. So yeah, I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, it sure does. It sure does, man. That's such a powerful thing. I love how you, man. I'm a big Bruce Lee fan, and I mean, like you said, it's really that them doing all their stunts. It's truly awesome to see their story like in motion, like you do.
Yeah, truly, it's amazing. It's amazing. And to see how they are um quick with the motions, or how they express, and how many, the endurance and the stamina that they have, to keep doing, like, take after take after take. Because sometimes you get like technical difficulties, or you miss your spot, or it's just to have that endurance and stamina to do a take over take over take, and try to master it and try to execute it the best way you can. It's truly amazing to watch.
Yes. So would you say, do you see a connection between physical discipline and spiritual growth?
Absolutely, absolutely. They have to go hand in hand. And you know,
Mm.
some people just stick to spiritual growth or physical, but they have to go hand in hand, because truly
Mm.
it is mind, body, and spirit, right? It it's the trifecta, is the trio. Like, you have to quiet your mind, clear all that negativity, connect with your spirit, with your breath work, with energy that's around you. And how we do it? By our physical movement. Again, like I mentioned earlier, there's our angers or emotions get trapped in different parts of our body. And it's truly important for us to find the discipline. And discipline doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be harsh. It's just showing up for yourself, doing what's important, and move forward with that. It's
Mm.
okay. I'll add this. I recently did a parasite cleanse, and it's a systemic detox. Complete rebooted my nervous system, and let me tell you, it really kicked my ass. But I'm sorry, can I use that word? My bad.
Yeah.
It kicked my butt.
No, yeah,
I'm I'm grateful for it, but did it really transform me? Like, through this cleansing process, I discovered something mind blowing that, and I mentioned earlier, like, emotions get trapped in our organs. So
Mm.
I dug deeper into research, into like the Taoist wisdom, and it showed me that organs are deeply connected to our emotions. Our childhood traumas often
Mm.
get stored in our major organs. The heart holds pain and hatred. The spleen stores mistrust. The lungs carry grief, sadness, and depression. The kidneys hold fear and phobias, and the liver stores the anger. And through that, each organ like stores this emotions. um when you feel discomfort or sick, this is a signal from our bodies to release this energy, and your energy is out of balance, out of whack, and there's a dis-ease in the flow, which creates this
Mm.
disease, right? So it is very, very important to navigate through that and not suppress our emotions, not oppress, like, give it a size, shape, or form, give it a release, give it an outlet, love it, because at the end of it, if your organs are out of whack and out of a disharmony of a flow, your mind, body, and spirit is out of whack, right? So we have to always get back to ourselves, inner work, and in order for us to find that spiritual path with the mind, body, and spirit. So yeah, that's where it feels true to me, and with other studies too.
Yeah, wow, that's so powerful. I never knew that our emotions or that our organs would even have anything to do when it comes to emotions. That's such a powerful message in itself. Like I had no idea our body holds on to those traumas, those fears, and like you said, the that man, wow.
Yeah, yeah, truly is. And remember, the heart is the leader, is the king. Like, we always have to get out of the mind, go to the heart, and connect with
Mm.
uh, your inner chi. This is where your intuition comes to, right? Intuition, intention. What's your intention? So if you feel connect with that heart, you're going the right path. The king, the organ, the heart is the king. It's the loving energy. And again, we go back to love is the truth. You connect with the love. Nothing can shake it, no
Yeah.
matter what. Always go back to the heart. Always go back to the heart. I
Man,
hope that
that's
answers.
so powerful. That's a powerful message. Like I love that. I love that, man. That's so awesome. Well, man, you've done
Thank
so much amazing work. What is one of those things that you've learned in the dojo that's helped you out in the real world as well?
you. So I I learned self-defense. I learned how to strike, where to strike, and all that. And I learned how to be a lethal weapon. And what I learned is not to use this. So I learned all this in order for me not to use it in the real world. So I walk around with so much confidence, so much discipline, that I know that, and anybody can be dangerous, really, like if you think about it. But can you be able to control that and use it when it's truly necessary, and not walk around like I know all this stuff and I can? No, I'm here. I respect you as a human being. You respect, as I respect myself. I walk around with confidence, with no ego, with true humbleness and confidence and devotion to being alive and being with others. So it's important to have that confidence and know your power and know when to use it, and just show love and just walk around with all that confidence. That's what I would
Man,
get out of dojo.
yeah, man, that is so powerful.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I would add too, since I moved a lot through my life, I didn't have one dojo to call my own. I would find other places that I would go to train, and sometimes I would train in my backyard. Sometimes I would train at the beach, in the jungle, in the forest, in the desert, and it brought this awareness of that the world is my dojo. The world teaches me how.
Ooh,
The world is your home, is your the place where you have to keep it clean, have to honor it. Everything that you walk by, like the trees, it has life. The air that you breathe, you're breathing consciousness. You're not just breathing oxygen. So like, let's say you hold your breath for 4 minutes, you pass out or whatever. Some people can hold their breath for longer, but I'm just saying, for the basic,
yeah,
if you hold yourself, you go
yeah,
unconscious, right? So we breathe consciously. So I have and respect for everywhere I go. I don't leave trash. I clean up after myself, because we learn at the dojo, once you're done with the training, you clean it. You don't leave a mess, because also, like, a cluttered room, a cluttered home is a reflection of you. Your mind is cluttered. That's why you
mm,
see a lot of, let's say,
yeah,
kids or adults that you walk to their home or you go to the park and they leave trash. That's just a reflection of themselves. Some people might disagree, but disagree as much as you want. I know the truth, and that is the truth, and they know the truth, that if you leave a mess, if you leave dirt anywhere, you don't clean after yourself, it's just truly a reflection of yourself. So the world is my dojo. Everywhere I go, I have respect to, and I leave no trace. I stay there, I honor it, thank you, and I move.
man, I love that message. It's such a powerful message because I think about, like you said, you moved around a lot, you kind of grew up fighting, but I love how you learned this martial art, became this weapon, but the control that came with that,
Yeah.
knowing that I had a lot of wars myself, but it was the control. The control, like I think like you said, that's a true powerful thing to know that you have all this knowledge, but to have control over it in a world
Right.
that teaches us to react to everything.
Exactly. And that's what we see a lot of these days, is people just reacting, and they think they know all of it, or their way is the right way, right? They just want to control everybody around them, and a lot of people are living victim consciousness, and this is where it becomes dangerous, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was bullied so many times, but I never was a victim to it. I reacted because this is what I knew how to do right back then, but I never believed to be a victim, because this is a dangerous place to be. And then the way you react, and you become useless, like you become a danger to society, rather than you becoming your own hero in your own hero's journey, and honor yourself and respect yourself. Now, like for over a decade, I haven't gotten a physical fight. I still spar, like when I go dojos or anything like that. We spar, but with respect. Like I know what I'm doing, right? But out in the street, if someone comes at me and he's angry and stuff, I just show him love. I change like I give him a weird question to divert him. I use it like a Jedi mind trick. I use it, and they're like, "What? So you're not afraid of me or anything?" No, man. I love you, but have a good day. I'm gonna move away from this area and live my life, because there's no point. There's no point, really, unless you're really in danger and you're cornered. This is when I really use it. But other than that, I'm moving forward. I got no time. Time is all I got. I gotta move on. I want to be happy. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Leave
yeah,
me.
yes, man. I love that. I love that, man. So I know you've done a lot of work in the film industry. So
Yeah.
over a decade. So how do you balance the worlds of entertainment and your healing work?
It's not easy, I can tell you that. And right now, like the film industry and entertainment industry is on a little hold. It's a little slow. So I'm building um my business, my coaching business, healing business. And the main thing is I do it as many times as I can, like every day if I can, because at the end of it, I am the product. I am who I am. So I have to walk the walk and not just BS and think I know what I'm doing. So I have to keep myself in check, keep myself in discipline, and be able to show up in this world and on set as as a good human being, and honoring everybody in my path. So it is important, and it gets easier after a while. Of course, once you get in the habit of it, it just becomes second nature or your first nature. So that's the main focus. Like I try to do it as much as possible. It takes time, as everything else. Usually they say it takes about like 30 days to get into a good habit, but you have to be consistent with it. And you don't want to force it, you don't want to force it, but push yourself even when you feel not up to it, or you're like, not today. It's actually, this is the day that you need to step up to do it, and just honor yourself. Trust.
Man, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. Like you said, just honoring yourself and trusting and just realizing you just got to show up every day. I think that's a powerful message in itself, because many times, we're building something, but the process is hard. But I love how you said it's just really trusting the process and showing up every day. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
So comedy is one of your creative outlets.
Yeah.
How do you see laughter as a healing tool?
I mean, I don't know how we don't see laughter as a healing tool, because it it's just, it makes everything so much better, and it moves energy as well. If you notice, like sometimes you get this
Mm.
gut wrenching laugh and you're like, I can't hold my breath, and it's just wonderful to have it, because also it removes energy, it removes all that negative energy out of your body. And comedy is not easy. Like I think it's one of the hardest skills to have, and it's a gift. Like some people have it as a gift, and I've been like training in it. I've watched a lot of comedies growing up, a lot of stand-ups. I did stand up myself. I did improv, and then I do sketch comedies, and I write stuff, and I try to find humor in everything that happens to me, even in life when it's truly dramatic. Of course, I don't dishonor or disrespect the seriousness of the situation, but I don't dwell in it. I try to find the gift in it, the humor that the world throws at us, and I'm like, that's funny. You cannot not laugh. Like, are you kidding me? Like this just happened. So I find it is very important to laugh. Like I feel like um, if you don't laugh every day, it's a day wasted. I, this is my personal opinion. Like if you don't laugh every day, you're just wasting your day and the essence of life. So for me, it's so important. It's totally important.
Man, I love that. I after is one of those things that everybody wants to be so serious, but I love how you said that. It's just really allows you to be authentic. When you're just laughing, having fun. Like you're right. I feel like you just bring that energy. It just kind of spreads. Like when somebody's laughing, it's so contagious, right? So why not?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you've seen like those social experiments where they'll be sitting in like, let's say, a subway station or in a bus or something, and someone just starts giggling or laughing uncontrollably. You notice it's infectious. Everybody around them starts laughing and going, and they're like, "Whoa!" And they don't know why, but it's infectious. And I was like, "Let's go." I think
Yeah,
it's one of the best ways to be.
exactly. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's so true. Like you said, it's just an infectious, and why we want to just spread that to others. It's so awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what's one of your favorite stories? Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. So, what's one of your favorite stories from the set that gave you that deeper spiritual insight or a life lesson?
Ooh, wow. Okay. There's many of them. The one that just popped into my head, I was working on set on SEAL Team, and played one of the bad guys that they had to shoot, and they put what we call squibs, right? They're like pockets of mini explosives, right, to give the reaction of bullet shots. So I
Oh,
had
that's cool.
two on the chest, and I was wearing a hat, and there's one right there next to my head. And number one safety and number one thing in stunts is safety. Like you make sure that everybody's set is safe,
Yeah.
everybody's set, and everything had to be timed. And of course, you got amazing stunt coordinators that make sure that you are safe on set. So of course we are playing pretend, we're being playful, and at the same time it's a serious situation because those are mini explosives. If you are it's turned the other way and you miss your mark or whatever, it could be dangerous, right?
Oh,
So the
yeah.
whole time, I'm like, I'm trusting. I have to trust. I'm breathing. I'm in the moment, and I'm waiting for the cue for me to get shot, and I react and I fall. So at that moment is, wow, I get to do this as a job, you know, and I'm so grateful and thankful that I get this opportunity. And at the same time, it's like a bit risky. So you're playing on the thin line, but then you have to surrender and trust that this person is doing his job, I'm doing my job, they're doing their job. And all of us, when we tune into that energy of we're laser focused on my work, like my job, my duty as an action actor, as a stunt coordinator, as a fight coordinator, as a cameraman, as a director, as a producer, we all have to be in that moment. There's nothing else but that specific moment is the present moment. That's what's important. So I took that as we never know what happens, right? So moving forward in life, as much as we get distracted and we get uh, hit with different situations in life and obstacles and wondering or worrying what's going to happen, am I living in the future? And this is where anxiety happens too, because you're not living in the present moment. You're anxious because you don't know, and you're
Yeah.
living in the future. And then if you're sad and depressed, you're living in the past. But truly, the most power you can get is in the present moment. And that's how
Yeah.
it shaped everything to me. So I walk around. And look, I'm human. We all go through the ups and downs, and you just have to remind yourself that everything's going to be okay and just trust in the process. And whatever happens to me is for my highest good in order for me to grow. And growth is uncomfortable. So it's like a mix, a hodgepodge of things, of emotions that at the end of it, you just have to be centered in your life force, in your chi, trust in the process, and surrender, really, and just enjoy every second. And yeah, that's the best way I can explain it at this moment.
Man, I love that. Such a powerful message. Yeah, yeah. Such a I never thought about being a stunt person, having explosives strapped to you, and the trust that it takes. Like you have so many people's hands. I think about just how unfortunate any situation. It's an explosive that I strapped to myself, and I'm thankful for this opportunity. But more so, it's trusting. Like we're both in this game. Like wow, man, such a powerful message, and it's trust and having gratitude through the process. Whew.
Yeah, absolutely. And we all have our purpose. It's just when we find the purpose and what we're here to do on earth, and trusting that the person in front of me is a reflection of mine, and honoring their process, honoring my process, and that I trust in what you're doing. Like at this moment, at this situation, Samuel, you're a great host. You have such a good energy, and you're bringing a message. Like you have a purpose, right? You're sitting right here, and you're bringing all these codes to uh, the viewers, to your listeners, to yourself, to me. Because at the same time, like I am speaking it, but it brings awareness to what I'm thinking. So we all have a key component in this. So like I honor what you're doing, I respect it, and at this moment me and you, we're having this interaction, we're exchanging energy, we're exchanging codes, and it's a beautiful thing. How can I not respect this process, right? How can I not honor it? How can I not respect you? Because I respect myself. So therefore there's a beautiful exchange between you and I. So I salute you. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Man, that is awesome, and I love that approach, like you said, like really honoring the moment and the people that we have the opportunity to speak with. Like, I'm thankful for this opportunity as well, and I love that you said, like, why not honor those moments? I
Right.
want anybody as a listener, like he said right there, honoring those moments that you have with people, because it is a gift to be able to connect with people. If you really think about it, like you said, we're all sending that energy out, and I love that. That's an awesome approach. Man, sir, you have a powerful story, a powerful message doing work, people. And I know what listeners are thinking right here. How can people stay connected with you?
Yes, absolutely. You can find me on Instagram. My first and last name, Sabella. That's SARI.SABELLA. Uh, that's my Instagram handle. And also you can find me on Facebook the same way. That's the main component. And through there, there's other windows that you can find me through. But this is my main way to contact me, and send me a message. I'll say hello. And also, I'm here if you resonated with my energy and you want to move uh, energy, and you want to get into the martial arts and spiritual world. Send me a message, and we'll work things out.
Awesome, you guys. You heard it there. So I'm gonna make it super simple for you guys under this episode. I'm gonna put all of his links, his Instagram, his Facebook. So he even has a website. I want to make sure I put his website under here, just so you guys can get in touch with him and check out some of his awesome videos of his acting. Man, it is great. You love it. I'm gonna share all those links. Make sure you guys go visit him on his socials. Screenshot him. Shout out to him. DM him. Let him know, man. Thank you for sharing your message, sharing your energy, and sharing that. That power with us today. But if you had to leave the listeners with a message of inspiration, what would you want to leave them with?
Oh, live life to the fullest, because you never know really what happens in our life. And um, a man who is embodied in his power is quick, as flexible, strong, does not doubt himself, does not doubt the process, remembers that everything is happening in unison for a reason. He is flexible with the things that show up. He is a strong and powerful man, and always connect with your heart. So, yes, and live life to the fullest.
Ooh, that is powerful. And right. So just like I said, so make sure you don't make this the last time you hear from him. Connect with him on socials. All the links are under this post. Thank you so much, Sari, for joining us and sharing your message. And thank you guys for joining us as well. All right, friends.
Thank you
Y'all
so
take care.
much. Much love.